Hey everybody, I'm Rob the Ranger, welcome to my channel. In this video we're going to be doing something slightly different. I'm often asked, what does one have to do to become a guide in Africa? Now, I've always recommended that people go and check out EcoTraining, and EcoTraining themselves have recently invited me to come on a couple of their courses and get an overview of what it's like, so I can show you guys what it actually is all about instead of just showing you the website link. So to start off with, I went up to the far north of the Kruger National Park into the Makuleke concession and did their wilderness skills trail at their Makuleke camp. Let's have a look. We'll start off by taking a look at the camp. It's situated in a nice shady spot, lots of tall trees. The tents are arranged in a more or less of a semicircle, all facing out towards the bush so you can view what's going on around. And then at the end of the line is the classroom and dining. As we go up towards one of the tents, you'll see the tents and all the other infrastructure within the camp is raised up on stilts on wooden decking. That has very little long-term impact on the bush. It can all be taken away and it would look like there was nothing there in the first place. The deck itself in front of the tents with the seats so you can have a look at what's going on around, and then inside the tent you'll find 2 single beds and an ensuite bathroom. There's plenty of bird life to be viewed from the decks of the tents, and also regular visitors to the camp are the baboons. They're not actually a problem at all, they're very well behaved, so you can sit out on that deck when you're not learning in the classrooms or out on the walking trails. Here at the communal area, dining room, classroom, where any lectures would be given, and in this case where we are going to get our briefing about
recap. I think, will you fill in if I forget anything? If you've got your own stuff, your own packs, things, take them. Better than using these packs. If you have to use those packs, that's fine. We're going to pack everything this afternoon so I can check everybody, make sure the weight's good and the straps and everything are good before you go. An uncomfortable trail is a waste of time. You don't enjoy it. Don't bother taking spare clothes. The clothes you walk out in, clothes you walk back in 2 days' time. Okay? Socks. Take spare socks. Okay? Change your socks every day. Really important. You will need warm clothes for night time. Beanie, essential if you've got one. Okay? Lots of heat through here. And also thin layers of fleecy stuff. So trap air, always good. Okay? Rather than a big heavy jacket. Okay? Quite a bit. Okay. I think let's talk a little bit about the ethos and the reason we're doing this, the reason for being out there. I'm pretty sad that I'm not going to be there with you guys, because to me this is what being a walking guide is all about. This is ultimately where I wanted to end up, or where I found myself through my journey of walking, and it's my happy place. I haven't really spoken to Ross about it, but I'm sure it is with Ross. It certainly is for Bruce. I think for most of us who walk a lot, or who it's our passion, we dedicate ourselves to walking, being out on trail is really what it's about. Even this kind of relatively basic rustic comfort seems too much. Enjoy what you have for the sake of it. Be present. Live in the moment for that time. It's an incredible experience to just be out there and living as a part of the land. It's an incredible experience to go and find water out of a desolate place like this. Okay, and you realize how little you actually need to be comfortable. And I think that's really important. Just enjoy it. It's not about talking. I think you just find that sense of peace. I think that's really important. But also, head up. Look around, be a part of it. Don't just stare at the heels of the person in front of you, which, you know, you're out a long time. It can happen. Force yourself to just be in the moment. Okay.
And that, I mean, certainly if we do get in encounters, by all means, and most definitely, stay behind myself and Yuta. If anything does sort of develop, then even more important, stay put behind the two of us, and we'll deal with it as it sort of comes along. Still rotate yourselves through the line, just to, so that you're not sort of at the back. Then also saying that if you are feeling okay, the pack is sort of still taking a bit of strain, then just let me know. So click fingers, slap thigh, just do right, because again, it's not a, that's why the time thing is out of the question now, out of the equation, because it's not about, okay, we've got to get to this point at this time or anything like that. Forget time. Time is something else that happened just now. So now it's just a matter of, right, head out, and all we know is, right, there's a place I'm going to go to, and that's kind of it.
The full-length Wilderness Skills Trails course is 5 nights out in the bush, walking and camping. This is just a small taster, so we're only out for 2 nights. So we're going to take a look at some of the encounters that we had on foot, and then go on to what else the course entails. Start off with those animals. Here's a couple of zebras to begin with.
So yeah, so it's going to be doing now. It's giving them time to, okay, they don't want to get up because it's cold and they're going to sit and watch us. So it's not very threatening right now. But if you look at the body language of what's doing now, they're thinking, okay, this. Yeah, so between you might sort of recognize the rock.
Being out walking from sunrise to sunset every day sounds quite daunting, but there are plenty of rest stops and breaks, usually in quite scenic spots. Like here, we stopped for a break in the Fever Tree Forest close to the Limpopo River. The pace is never too much for you to cope with. The hottest part of the day is reserved for a longer break, usually at a very scenic spot. This particular lunch break we took was up on a lookout point above the Kruger River Valley. Lunch breaks would usually be from an hour to an hour and a half, just to avoid that most intense part of the heat of the day. So the instructors pick the sleeping spots in the evenings based on the availability of natural water. As we're going to be arriving at those sleeping spots late in the afternoon, that's also the time that the animals are arriving. So we found in the spots where there were natural springs, the animals were there as well. So we have to sit and wait for them to move away before we can go and get our water refilled for the next day. The sleeping spots will usually be at a higher point than the actual water point because of the animal movement around. In this particular case, we go up on the ridge and get our water down at the natural spring. Very easy to get the water from a natural spring. It's all about scooping it out from the cleanest point once the animals have moved away. But when it comes to sleeping up on the riverbank and getting the water out of the riverbed itself, then you have to dig for the water. The instructor will explain where and when and how to dig for that particular water, and then it's all naturally filtered by the sand. So once you've dug down and gotten that water, wait for everything to clear, and then you can scoop it up.
Muss ja noch tiefer, von daher ist egal.
Das stimmt.
Expecting that you can actually get in there nicely, and then that way it just means that it makes life easy for you later getting to that water.
It starts to fade. Time for setting up camp. So the camp is fairly simple, as it is a wilderness trail. It's basically sleeping mats and sleeping bag, sleeping out in the open. Again, just to reiterate, we're up in the higher spots, away from the water points, so it's a little bit safer.
Digging in, sand falls in, and then what you don't want is just a tube where you have to lean, because all that sand just falls in and fills it up again. So you kind of dig this platform out, and then you sort it. Now all you do is just wait for the sediment to settle, and just now it should be virtually clear. But the nice thing about this water is this river flowed back in March, so this water has been filtered through the sand. That's why it's 100% to drink. If this water was
During the night, everybody will take turns to keep watch for an hour at a time, making sure that there are no animals coming to the sleeping spots. And then the first light, everything is carefully put away, making sure that there's no litter left behind, and as minimal sign as our presence as possible. Flat spots where sleeping mats were spread over, so again, just so we're leaving as little disturbance as possible. But, like here in the riverbed, we have been digging for water. Those holes are refilled, so it would not be impacting on the natural surroundings. So as you can tell, this course is a lot less about learning facts and figures about fauna and flora and then going out and having some nice sightings. It's more about reconnecting with nature, getting your mind and body in sync with your surroundings, feeling rather than just observing. So not for your beginners as such, it's more for people who already have a fair understanding of the bush itself. Still very worthwhile coming out and doing that. Alright, thank you all for watching, if indeed you still are. If you want to check out EcoTraining, all their links to their social media, their website, their YouTube channel are in the description underneath at the bottom of the video. You know where it is. There's also the info card up there if you want to click on that. And then all of the other normal things that you should do on YouTube. Subscribe to me, subscribe to them, buy a t-shirt, share the video, like the video, whatever other that sort of stuff you do. Into the end card we have EcoTraining's videos, a video that they've done on their channel with me, and obviously all my social media links. Follow me there. Thank you, bye bye.